Namaste. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do a seated practice to open the hips, some lateral bends, and some twists. So let's start in Dandasana. I have a blanket here to support my pelvis. So I recommend you find a yoga blanket, any blanket, to bring underneath the hips. We'll go ahead and extend the legs straight out in front. We have the feet about hip width apart. And just activating inner leg lines, reaching through the heels, allowing the shoulders to settle. Draw the navel in, and then even the solar plexus draws in. So close our eyes here for a moment. Sensing into the spine. Sensing into the breath. Sensing into the body. And the space within. The space without. And then as you feel ready, gently opening the eyes, finding a soft gaze here. Let's support the legs here, bringing the hands to the inside of the knees. We're just going to bend the knees to join the soles of the feet. We find Tara Asana here, again positioning the pelvis on the edge of the blanket to encourage the hips to roll forward. So 2 hands length between the heels and the pubic bone. We'll just roll the spine. So hands to the knees or hands to the shins. We're going to inhale, roll the hips forward, drawing the heads of the shoulders back. And then exhale, scoop the belly, bowing here. And again, inhale, rolling forward, maybe lifting through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale through the nose, roll back toward the sacrum, navel draws in, chin draws in, a little bow of the head. And again, inhale, let's arch, extending the spine. And then exhale, scoop the belly, bow the head. And again, inhale, arching the spine. And we'll stay here, maybe walking the hands farther down the legs as we start to hinge from the hip. Sensing the stretch on the outer seam leg. Maybe more of the yin channels on the inner seam, yang channels on the outer seam. So stretching into the outer seam of the leg. And then you can just allow the back to relax, so the spine is soft and the forehead as well. We want to find a space that we can relax into. Closing the eyes, softening the tongue, relaxing the jaw. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Witnessing how breath moves. Becoming aware of the patterns within the mind. And the patterns within the emotional body. So what do you bring into your practice? What's alive inside of you? What's activated inside of you? What's moving through you, around you? Deepening the inhalation, deepening the exhalation, and allowing the bones of the body to drop into gravity. And slowly we rise. Taking your time nice and easy. Let's use the hands again to support the legs. Coming out of this deep yin stretch. One leg forward, the other leg forward. Let's lean back and just experience blood as it flows, lymph as it flows, energy as it moves through. Oftentimes, coming out of these deep yin poses, we feel a sense of peace, of ease. And then walking the shoulders again over the pelvis, reach long through the inner heels. We find Dandasana here. Lining up right heel with the right sits bone. Let's bend the left knee, bring the left foot into the inner right thigh. You can bring a block underneath the left knee, especially if there's lots of space here, so you can ground the bones of the body down. Now here, we'll find a variation of Janu Shirsasana. Bring your right hand to the outside of the right leg and your left hand just in front of the left shin. Again, you can use blocks to extend the length of your arm. So as you root into the hands, lift up through the heart. Draw the outer right hip back. So it's almost like you're taking the outer right hip back, the outer right kidney back, and then the left hip, left kidney comes forward. Lift up through the heart, inhale. And then as you exhale, let your heart lead the way. And just start to fold forward. So the back is working here. You can feel the muscles along the spine activated. Stay tall. Chin is in, back of the neck is long. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. You could always find a strap and loop your strap over the ball of the foot and hold the reins of the strap with one or both hands, maybe even just the right hand or just the left hand as you maintain the slight rotation of the rib cage, the trunk of the body. So it's like the sternum is aiming to the outer right foot. Feel the movement happening at the waist, at the kidney, and then we'll slowly come back to neutral. We'll glide the left leg away, even in the pelvis, and then bend the right knee. Bring the right foot in to the inner left thigh. Grounding into the sits bones, left hand to the outside of the left thigh, right hand right in front of the right shin. Lift the heart, roll the hips forward, chin draws in, and then we start to make our way forward. So lots of effort along the spine, heart leads the way. Maybe walk the hands, walk the blocks forward. You could loop your strap over the ball of the foot. Use your right hand on the strap. So we feel the outer left hip draw back, outer left kidney draw back, and then the right kidney moves forward, right hip moves forward. Essentially drawing the sternum to the outside of the left foot. Reaching long through the inner left heel, rising up through the front of the spine. Lots of effort here. You find a bit of solar yang here. Some heat building here as we root into the earth. Feel the front of the spine grow taller. Another breath. And then slowly we walk the hands in. So now both legs go forward. Root into the thighs. Reach out through the heels. Let's open the thoracic spine a bit here. And we're going to bring the elbows forward, straight out in front. Draw the heads of the shoulders back, solar plexus and navel in. On the inhale, open the elbows. Draw the heads of the shoulders back, sternum comes forward. And then exhale, bow the chin. Elbows come in. Inhale, arching. And then exhale, drawing in. A few more times with the flow of the breath. Inhale. Really exaggerating this movement at the thoracic spine. Exhale, draw back. Inhale, heart comes forward. And then exhale, drawing in. Good, let's sit up nice and tall. Bending the knees, drawing the soles of the feet together again. This time we'll come in very close to the pelvis, close to the pubic bone for Baddha Konasana here. Pressing the heels firmly together. Press into the heels. As you press into the heels, feel the inner thighs lengthen, hips roll forward, heart comes up, chin draws in. So again, lots of effort along the spine. Close your eyes. Bring your focus inward just for a moment here. Continue to press into the heels, rise up through the front of the spine, chin is in, back of the neck is long. Clear breath, strong breath, Steady breath. Good, then we'll open the eyes, free the hands, and take the legs forward. Again, let's reposition on our blankets. Again, so the hips are rocking forward, heels are long. Feet about hip width apart. Take the right hand back behind the hip to the floor or block. Left hand to the outside of the left thigh. So again, we're going to twist to the right. Right kidney draws back, left kidney draws forward, root into the legs, rise up through the heart, and then from the navel, start to spiral more deeply to the right. Maybe chin comes all the way around to the right shoulder. And then exhale, out we go. Back to neutral, left hand behind the left hip. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Root the legs, reach through the heels, rise up through the heart as we inhale. And then exhale, we begin to twist. Draw the left kidney back, right kidney forward, chin draws around. Eyes are easy, jaw is easy. Present to the movement of the mind, the ease of the mind. Wide breath. And then out we go. Now Sukhasana. So we're going to bend both knees. Check that we're even on the pelvis. Take your left shin underneath the right. So the left knee is a little bit lifted here, and then see if you can tuck your right foot underneath the left knee. You can adjust the flesh of your right calf muscle. So eventually you might find that your knees come down on top of the feet. If we're very tight in the hips, we can bring more blankets under the hips for support, or bring the ankles in closer. So eventually, just tucking the feet underneath the knees, shins parallel. So when you look down, there's a triangle shape between the legs. Now again, bring the hands to the front of the knees, front of the shins. We're going to roll the hips forward, draw the heads of the shoulders back, and then maybe angle forward. Your hands can come to your blocks or to the earth, keeping the front of the spine long and breathing deeply here. Closing the eye. In through the nose, out through the nose, breathing wide into the back of the heart, wide into the back of the lungs. Softening the tongue, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the brow, relaxing the eyes. So right shin is forward in front of the left. Feel your right thigh bone ground down, and we're going to spiral our sternum over the left knee toward the right foot. Keep grounding right sits bone down. Drink in your breath here. Feel the body here. Feel the bones here. Connecting into the earth here. And then we'll slowly walk back to neutral. And then we'll rise up and out of this side of Sukhasana. Free the legs forward. So the hips might get a little stiff here, stretching very deeply. Maybe massage the knees and release the outer hips. So now, again, we'll do the other side. So bend both knees, even on the blanket. Pelvis is even. Draw your right shin under, left shin over, and then find the variation that feels best to you. Now remember, we're pretty symmetric in these bodies, so this side might feel different and look very different. I'm going to feel the pelvis rooted. Feet are closer if the hips are tighter. Feet are wider if the hips are more open. And then shins are parallel. Look for that triangle shape between the legs. Hands to the front of the knees or the shins. Lift the heart, draw the heads of the shoulders back, and then we'll start to wave the spine forward. And we just sense in to this shape. It's a little bit different, so maybe the stretch shifted to the other side of the pelvis, or maybe not. Closing the eyes, bringing the focus inward, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Soften the tongue, unhinge the jaw, relax the brow, relax the eye. Cultivating breath, steady breath, clear breath, wide breath. Now grounding into the hips. You can see left shin is forward. We're going to turn our sternum over the right knee. So right knee, left foot. Now feel your left thigh bone grounding down, your left hip grounding down. Draw the outer right hip back slightly. Eyes are easy, jaw is easy. Clear breath. Always the breath is the guide here. And then slowly around we go. Take your time, back to neutral, rising up. Let's free the legs forward, straight out in front. Reposition on our blankets, even pelvis, bring the feet maybe even wider than the hips, wider than the mat. Flex into the heels, long inner legs, and then we make our way forward. So sometimes if we're really stiff in the hamstrings, shorten the hamstrings, low back, hands behind us to support the spine, and staying tall in the hips and rolling forward will actually give us a better stretch. So you might find this position, this shape is better for you. If you can maintain the hips rolling forward and activating inner leg line, then maybe come forward here. So the whole idea is, where's my pelvis, where's my spine? Am I grounding and rising, or am I collapsing? I really want to root, rise, activate, and breathe. Just for a moment. So let's bring our focus inward. Just present to the mind. Watching thoughts as they pass, aware of the space, the movement. As this witness, allowing breath, rooting the pelvis, rising through the front of the spine. And we're going to slowly walk the hands in. Sitting up nice and tall, we're bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the inner right thigh. A little lateral bend here. Ground the thighs. Let's bring our right elbow to the top of the thigh. And then bring your left hand to the left hip. Roll the rib cage up. Take your left hand up to the sky. Now draw the shoulder blades toward one another, opening the heart. Turn your gaze toward the earth. Turn your gaze down toward the right knee. Press and root down through the pelvis, down through the thighs. Now when you're ready, we're going to take our left hand, turn the palm in toward the midline. So it means the thumb draws back, pinky finger forward, draw the shoulder blade down the back, lift the heart again. So notice each time a little bit more activation in the body. Maybe stay there and breathe. If you're ready to go deeper, right elbow to the inside of the thigh, right palm to the earth, and then a big lateral bend here. So we take the left arm along the left ear, stretching over the right leg. Draw the right ribs forward, left ribs back. Gaze toward the earth. Another breath. And then exhale slowly. Out we go. Let's take the left leg out again. Pause in the neutral. And then bring your right foot in. Right foot to the inner left thigh. Readjust on your support. Sitting up nice and tall. Now from here, let's bring our left elbow to the left thigh, palm to the sky. Right hand draws the left ribs forward. So right hand to the left ribs, drawing the left ribs forward, right ribs back, and then right arm to the sky. Shoulder blades together, moving the back of the heart to the front of the heart, root down into the thighs. Looking toward the earth, steady breath, clear breath. Now take the palm in toward the midline. So spiral thumb back, pinky finger forward. Feel the shoulder draw down the back. If the breath is available for you here, you want to go a little bit deeper. Bring your left elbow to the inside of the left thigh, palm to the earth. And then maybe, again, left ribs forward, right ribs back. Now take your right arm along the right ear, stretching over the left leg. Full breath. Back of the heart lifts the front of the heart one more time. And then exhale slowly. Out we go. Both legs go forward. Pause in the neutral. Now let's support the legs. Again, moving back into Dandasana. So feel the chin parallel to the earth. Soften the shoulders, root to the thighs. I'm just going to do a little work here to free the spine. Draw the chin in toward the throat. And then release. And again, chin draws in toward the throat. And release. And then draw the chin in toward the throat. And release. So let's try one more variation. Draw the chin in and then roll the chin down toward the sternum. And then release. So now chin reaches up. Chin comes parallel. Tuck the chin in. So it's like you're pushing the head back. And then roll down. And release. Right heel lines up with the right sits bone. Cross your left leg over. So ground down into both legs. Ground down into the left foot. Lift through the sternum. Take your left hand back, right hand to the left knee, and then again, from the waist, from the kidney, we spiral around. Take your chin long over the left shoulder. You can use your hand, you can use your elbow across the front of the knee, across the outside of the knee. Keep rising up. So the idea again, neutral pelvis, tall spine. Another breath as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper through the waist. And out we go. Let's bring the left leg forward. Cross the right leg around. Root into the hips. Roll the hips forward. Lift from the heart. Now right hand behind the hip. Left hand to the right knee. And then we again move from the waist. Draw the right hip back. Left hip forward. Keep spiraling chin to the right. You can keep your hand to the knee. Or maybe elbow across the front of the knee. Or elbow to the outside of the knee. So with your next inhalation, rise taller, root deeper. As you exhale, twist a bit more fully from the waist. And then slowly, out we go. Pause in the middle. Let's come all the way back for Shavasana. So you can use your blanket for support. And then go ahead and unfurl all the way down your mat. Shoulder blades slide underneath you, palms are up. And support any tension in the low back by bending the knees, stepping the feet wide, allowing the knees to collapse in, lengthening the tailbone away. The legs feel, if the low back feels good, extend the legs long down your mat. Dropping bones, dropping skin, dropping body. Relax the jaw, relax the eye. The back of the skull drop and the front of the skull lift. So the frontal bone lifts, the temporal bones lift, cheekbones lift, back of the skull drops. Bones of the arms drop, back of the heart drops. Pelvis descends, sacrum descends, bones of the legs drop. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Drawing a wide breath. Inhale, feel the belly, diaphragm, chest. Exhale, chest, diaphragm, belly. Inhale, belly, diaphragm, chest. Exhale, chest, diaphragm, belly. Inhale, exhale. And slowly beginning to stretch and move and awaken the body. On an exhale, let's bend the knees, step the feet down, and roll onto the right. Taking your time, gently rising up. Let's gather together with our hands at the heart, allowing for a deep bow of gratitude into the wisdom of the heart. May all beings be happy, healthy, safe, and free. Thank you for finding your way today. Namaste.